I've been fixing pipes in people's houses for 45 years. And I'm about to tell you something. The trade has no real reason to say out loud. Most of the plumbing bills that wreck somebody's month were completely preventable. And most of it has nothing to do with tools or skill. It comes down to knowing what to check and when. Here's a free one right now. A toilet that runs so quietly you can't even hear it can waste around 200 gallons of water a day and quietly pad your bill by $30 to $80 a month. Nobody warns you about that because there's no money in prevention. So today I'm handing you 30 of these, one after another. And stick around for number 30. Because it's free, it takes zero tools. And it's kept more of my customers out of a 4-figure repair than anything else on this whole list. Number 1, and it's the most important habit you'll ever build. Know where your main shutoff valve is. It's usually down in the basement or the crawl space, right where the water line comes into the house, near the meter. Go find it today. Then turn it off and back on once a year so it doesn't seize. An old shutoff valve that hasn't been touched in a decade will freeze solid, and the day you actually need it, water is pouring through a burst line and you cannot turn it off. Exercising that valve once a year is free. The alternative is standing in an inch of water on the phone with an emergency plumber at nights and weekends rates, while the average water damage claim in this country runs $11,000 to $14,000. That valve is the brake pedal for your entire house. Learn where it is. Number 2, buy a water pressure gauge. It's about $10. It screws right onto an outdoor faucet or the cold supply behind your washing machine. And it tells you the one number that quietly decides how long everything in your house lasts. You want 50 to 60 psi? City water can come in at 80, 100, sometimes higher. High pressure is like making every fixture in your house run a constant sprint. It murders faucet cartridges. It blows out toilet fill valves. It splits appliance hoses. And it's the hidden reason stuff just keeps failing on you. If you're reading over 75 or 80, you need a pressure-reducing valve, a PRV. That's the brass valve near where the water comes in that dials the pressure back down. Figure 300 to 600 installed. A $10 test tells you whether you need it. Number 3. Every single time you leave for more than a night or two, shut that main valve off. A supply line or a washer hose does not care that you're in Florida. If one lets go while you're gone, it runs for days, not minutes. I've seen a little second-floor line let go over a long weekend and turn into a $15,000 rebuild. Walls, ceilings, floors, and mold remediation on top. 30 seconds at the valve on your way out the door buys you a lot of peace of mind. Number 4, the silent killer and how to catch it for $3. Drop 5 to 10 drops of food coloring into your toilet tank. The back part, not the bowl. Wait 15 minutes. And don't flush. If color shows up in the bowl, your flapper is leaking. The flapper is that rubber seal at the bottom of the tank. A leaking flapper wastes water around the clock, and you will never hear it. The flapper is a $10 part. The leak it's hiding can quietly cost you $30 to $80 a month. Do this test on every toilet in the house. Number 5, same idea, bigger scope. To catch a leak hiding inside a wall or under the slab, shut off every faucet and every water-using appliance in the house. Then walk out and look at your water meter. If that little dial is still creeping, water is going somewhere you can't see. A hidden leak, like that runs 3 to 6 months before most folks catch it. And that's $100 to several $1,000s in wasted water, plus whatever it's quietly rotting behind the drywall. That check costs you nothing but a walk to the meter. Number 6, never ignore a slow drain. A slow drain isn't nothing. That's the early warning sign. It's grease and gunk narrowing the inside of your pipe, exactly like plaque building up in an artery. Clear it while it's still a $2 job with some dish soap and hot water, and it stays cheap. Ignore it until it's a full stoppage, and now you're paying a plumber $150 to $500 to snake it, or $600 to $1,400 to hydrojet it. Same clog. You just waited too long. Number 7, braided stainless supply lines everywhere. Those are the flexible hoses feeding your faucets, your toilets, and especially your washing machine, wrapped in woven steel. The old black rubber ones behind the washer, dry rot and blow, and a burst washing machine hose is one of the top causes of home water damage there is. A braided steel pair is about $20. Swapping them is 10 minutes with a wrench. Weigh that $20 against that $11,000 to $14,000 claim, and it's the easiest money you'll ever save. Number 8, even good braided hoses don't last forever, so replace your washer hoses every 5 to 7 years. Here's the trick. The day you install them, write the date right on the hose with a marker. When it hits that 5 to 7 year mark, swap it before it fails, not after. A $20 pair on a schedule beats a flooded laundry room every time. Number 9. If you ever thread 2 pipe fittings together yourself, you wrap the male threads with thread seal tape. That's the white stuff on the little spool. 2 rules people get wrong. Wrap it clockwise, the same direction the fitting screws on, looking straight at the end of the thread. Wrap it the other way and it just unravels the second you tighten it. And use 3 wraps, not 1, not 10. Get this wrong and you get a slow weep that stains your ceiling brown for a month before you even notice. A $1 roll, used right, saves you all of that. Number 10. Tape versus pipe dope. Thread tape is fine for most of your water connections. But for bigger metal joints, a lot of pros reach for pipe dope instead. That's pipe joint compound, the paste you brush right onto the threads. And here's a line I want you to hold. If it's a gas connection, that is not the place to experiment. You use gas-rated materials, and honestly, if you are not completely sure what you're doing, you call a licensed pro. Water leaks cost money. Gas is a different category, and it's not worth the gamble. Number 11. This is where good people wreck things trying to be careful. When you snug up a fitting, you go hand tight, and then about a quarter turn more with the wrench. That's it. Crank on it like a gorilla, and you'll crack the fitting or split the valve body. And now your little repair is the brand new leak. Tight enough to seal, and not one bit tighter. Over-tightening has cost more homeowners than under-tightening ever has. Number 12. Hard water leaves that chalky mineral scale crusted on everything. And here's how you dissolve it for pocket change. Plain white vinegar eats it. But cold vinegar barely does a thing. Warm it up first. A jug of white vinegar is about $3. Heat it up gently, and it cuts through scale 2 or 3 times faster. Use it on faucet parts, on aerators, on anything crusty. A $3 jug instead of running out to buy new fixtures. Quick thing before number 13. Everything I'm walking you through, and a whole lot more, is written down in my guide, 100 Old House Fixes that save you thousands. It's built for houses exactly like yours, and it'll help you catch a small leak before it ever reaches your floors or your cabinets. There's a seasonal maintenance checklist in there too, so you know what to look at and when. The link is down in the description, and you can scan the code on the screen. All right, back to it. Number 13. If your shower head is spraying sideways and weak, it's clogged with that same mineral scale. Don't run out and buy a new one. Fill a sandwich bag with warm vinegar, tie it up over the shower head with a rubber band so all the holes are soaking, and leave it overnight. In the morning, it sprays like the day you bought it. A decent new shower head is $30, $40. This costs you nothing. Number 14. When your kitchen faucet goes weak and sputtery, most of the time it is not the faucet dying. It's the aerator. That's the little screw-on screen right at the tip of the spout, and it clogs up with grit. Unscrew it, rinse it out, soak it in vinegar, screw it back on. 2 minutes. People replace an entire faucet, $150 to $300 installed, over a screen they could have cleaned in the sink. Number 15. Go look at your water heater dial right now. A lot of them come cranked up to 140 degrees or higher. Set it down to 120. It's still plenty hot for showers and dishes. You're far less likely to scald a kid, and you slow down the mineral scale cooking onto the bottom of the tank. It'll even shave a little off your energy bill every month. One safety note. On a gas heater, that temperature dial is the only thing you touch. Leave the gas controls alone. Number 16. Sediment settles in the bottom of your water heater like sand at the bottom of a pond. Left sitting there, it insulates the burner, wastes your energy, and rots the tank out early. Draining a few gallons out the bottom valve once a year clears it. A pro will do it for $75 to $250, or you learn to do it yourself. That one habit is the difference between a tank that dies in 8 years and one that lasts 15. And a new tank installed runs you $1,200 to $2,000. Number 17. Here's the one nobody tells you about, and it's the single biggest reason water heaters die. Inside your tank, there's a metal rod called the anode rod. Its entire job is to corrode so that your tank doesn't. It's a sacrificial part. It rusts away on purpose to protect the steel around it. The problem is, once it's completely gone, the tank itself starts rusting, and then you're buying a whole new heater. Pull it and check it about every 5 years. The rod is $20 to $50. The tank it saves is over $1,000. Number 18. Slip foam pipe sleeves over the hot water pipes. You can actually reach down in the basement. They're a few dollars a length, and they push right on. Your hot water reaches the tap faster, so you waste less water standing there waiting for it, and the line holds its heat better. It's small money and small savings, but it's every single day, and it adds up. Number 19. When it's going below freezing hard, open your faucets to a slow pencil lead trickle overnight, especially the ones on outside walls. Here's the mechanism almost everybody gets wrong. It's not the trickle itself that saves the pipe. It's that an open faucet relieves the pressure. A pipe doesn't actually burst from the ice. It bursts from the pressure that builds up behind the ice with nowhere to go. A dripping faucet gives that pressure an escape. It costs you pennies of water overnight. A burst pipe starts at $5,000 and climbs. Number 20. This one nails people every fall. You leave the garden hose screwed onto the outside faucet over winter. Water gets trapped in the faucet, it freezes, it expands, and it cracks the pipe inside the wall behind it. You won't even know until spring when you turn that faucet on and water is pouring into your wall instead of out the spout. Unscrew the hose in the fall. 30 seconds, and you've dodged a frozen pipe claim. Number 21. Before you ever reach for a bottle of chemical drain cleaner, go grab the wet dry shop vac you've already got out in the garage. Set it to wet, seal the hose right over the drain, and a good bit of the time it'll pull the clog straight up and out. Hair, gunk, whatever's down there. It's free if you own the vac, and it beats a plumber call. Number 22. Dish soap is the cheapest plumbing tool you own, and it works two ways. Squirt a good amount down a sluggish drain, chase it with a pot of hot, not boiling, water, and it lubricates and breaks up the grease so the clog slides on through. Same soap does double duty when you're resetting a toilet, a little on the flange, that's the ring the toilet bolts down to, helps everything seat clean and slide into place. Costs you pennies. Number 23. For a toilet clog, a plunger just won't move. The right tool is a closet auger. That's a flexible cable built to snake down through the toilet trap without scratching the bowl. About $25 to $40, and you own it for life. What you do not do is pour caustic chemical drain cleaner down there. That stuff sits in your pipes, and in an older house with cast iron or old galvanized steel lines, it eats them from the inside out. I have watched a single bottle of drain cleaner turn a $200 clog into a real repair. Skip it. Number 24. Most people plunge wrong. They push. The real work is in the pull. Get a good tight seal over the drain. Push down gently just to seat it. And then it's the hard yank up that breaks the clog loose. Seal and pull. A $5 plunger, used right, clears most of the clogs a plumber would charge you $150 just to show up for. Number 25. Here's a real trade secret. When you go to buy a water heater, you'll see the same size tank and a 6-year warranty and a 12-year warranty, and the 12 costs a bit more. What they don't put on the sticker is that a lot of the time it's the very same tank. The 12-year model just has a bigger anode rod inside, or sometimes two of them, and that extra anode is what actually buys you the extra years. So you've got two smart moves. Pay the small upcharge for the 12, or buy the 6 and add a second anode rod yourself. Same result. Real years of tank life for not much money. Number 26. The same brand faucet at the big box store and at a real plumbing supply house can be two completely different animals. The box store builder grade version often has plastic guts inside. The supply house version has metal. And those plastic cartridges are exactly what fails on you in 3 years. A lot of supply houses sell to the public now at fair prices, and you walk out with the version that's actually built to last. Same money, years longer of service. Number 27. The cartridge is the valve inside your faucet that controls the water. When a Moen or a Delta faucet starts dripping, most people either call a plumber or go buy a whole new faucet. Both of those companies put a lifetime warranty on the cartridge. Call them, give them the model, and they'll mail you the replacement part for free. A drip that would have cost you a service call, fixed for the price of a phone call. Number 28. Anytime a wall in your house is open, a remodel, a repair, anything at all, Before that drywall goes back up, take pictures. Get your phone in there and shoot exactly where every pipe and wire runs, and set a tape measure or something in frame for scale. Because 3 years from now, when there's a leak in that wall, or you just want to hang a heavy shelf, those photos tell a plumber precisely where to open up, instead of guessing and cutting 4 holes in your finished wall. That's real money in exploratory demolition you just saved yourself. Number 29. Out by the street, usually in a little box in the ground, is your home's main shutoff on the city side. The tool that turns it is called a curb key, a long, simple bar that hooks the valve. If your inside shutoff ever fails and the water just will not stop, that curb key at the street is your last line of defense. It's $15 to $25. It hangs on a nail in the garage until the day it saves your house. Number 30, here it is. The free one I promised you. The single most expensive call out I make, the nastiest one, the sewage backing up into the house one, is almost always the exact same cause. People treat the toilet like a trash can. So learn the 3 Ps and never break the rule. Only 3 things go down that toilet: pee, poop, and paper. That's the entire list. Not the flushable wipes. And I do not care what the box says. They do not break down. They catch on the inside of your pipe and build up into a wad. The same way old grease sets like candle wax on a holder, until the whole line stops cold. Not paper towels, not dental floss, not the cat litter. When a main line clogs up from that stuff, you're looking at $600 to $1,400 to jet it. And if it cracks an old line in the process, sewer repair climbs right into the thousands. And you do not clean up sewage yourself. That's a genuine health hazard. That's a call to a pro. But the rule itself costs you nothing. 3 things: pee, poop, paper. That one habit keeps more money in more pockets than anything else I've told you all day. So that's 30. Strip it all down, and every one of them comes back to a single idea. Saving real money on an old house comes from knowing what to check yourself and knowing what to hand off to a pro. The checking is free. The handing off, gas, sewage, anything structural. That part is what keeps you safe. Do the checking, respect the handoff, and you'll dodge most of the bills that blindside everybody else. If this saved you even one service call today, the book will save you a dozen more. It's called 100 Old House Fixes That Save You Thousands. And it's the same straight talk, page after page. It'll show you when a cheap patch is perfectly fine, and when it's just hiding a bigger problem you'll pay for later. The link is right down in the description if you want it. And if you want more of these, subscribe to Roger the Pipe Guy. This is where I show you the old house fixes that keep your money in your pocket instead of somebody else's. Now, go shake hands with that shutoff valve. I'll see you on the next one.